Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Shingeki no Kyojin / Attack on Titan episode 12 review. That is 1-2. So before I get started, I highly recommend that you guys go on Crunchyroll.com, where you guys can legally view the episode for yourself. At some point, not today, but at some point I will put the link down in the description below. In the meantime, go on Google, Crunchyroll.com, Attack on Titan, and it'll be right there for you. So, or Shingeki no Kyojin, whatever it is. So, that being said, alright, this week's episode of Shingeki no Kyojin, it's actually very simple. So, I'm not going to do a summary. I'm not. It's very simple, so this review should be relatively quick. By my standards. Basically, what it is, in an overall nutshell, is the elite garrison, including Mikasa, protecting Eren from the surrounding Titans in the hopes that Eren does something. In the hopes that either someone gets him out, not them, because they have to defend Eren against the Titans, or Eren actually gets on his feet and lifts the boulder and plugs a hole in the wall of trust. And then at the same time, we see the other trainees go on like Titan slaying duty around the area of trust. And then we see the main garrison still doing their job, which is to be on like the corner edge of the wall so they can distract a majority of the Titans so they can succeed in their goal. And right now, the general consensus is that the mission's failed. And the only two people that believe that the mission is still a success, or there's still hope in succeeding, well, no, I can't say the only two people. The only three people are Mikasa, Armin, and Ian. And Ian being the guy who's leading the elite garrison squad right now. So, and like that's the episode, really. And at the end of the episode, we see like Armin. He basically convinces Eren, who was in like some kind of dream state, to get up because you must save our asses. And he does so by reminding him that, hey, what's your goal? Like, why do you want to go see the outside world? And then Eren, he responds, because I was born in this world, which actually makes a lot of fucking sense. And then that's a beastly ass scene where basically it's like Eren, it's Eren when he's a kid. And then the shadowy figures of his mother, father, and Mikasa, they're staring at him smiling. Then there's like a wave of fire. They all burn to ashes. Then we cut over to the Titan form of Eren. And then he starts to like power up and shit. He's like, and like his tongue sticking out, half his jaw is removed because he punched himself. And with like no mercy either. And basically, he's ready to go. He's steam powering up, right? He's going gear second. He's ready to fly. Like, yeah! And so we're going to see this happen. So, what's very important to know in this episode was that before he powered up to prepare to lift the boulder, he wasn't regenerating. And that's something that's very important because Eren, the last time he appeared from the Titan's body, like last time he was in the Titan form, he could regenerate. But this time he couldn't regenerate. And there's a reason as to why that is. And we saw that in his dream state, this is very important to know. This is very important. In his dream state, he had no drive. We saw him. He was just sleeping. He was like, oh yeah, here's mommy's father. Like, what was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. Let me go sleep. Like, let me sleep. Fuck it. I'm going to sleep. And then beforehand, when we saw him initially in his Titan body, what was going through his mind? Kill them all. I will kill them all. I mean the Titans. Kill them all. Kill them all. Kill them all. In fact, when he was revived, well, when he came out of the Titan's body, and then before he actually was fully conscious, he says, I'm going to kill them all. Well, like a real twisted smiley face. And then when he went semi-Titan, the goal was to protect his friends and himself from the cannonball. So for some strange reason, even though he knew that the goal at hand was to lift the boulder and plug the boulder into the wall that's at the edge of the Trost gate, the thing about it was that for some reason he lost his drive. And in doing so, he felt fatigued and tired and entered a weird semi-dream state. And thus he couldn't regenerate and perform his Titan duties. So, and that's very important to know. Because Eren has always been a character where he's been praised for his mental fortitude. However, for some reason, in this particular case, it took Armin to literally stab this dude and then talk to him and convince him about his original goal, which is to see the outside world and to kill all Titans. So that's very important. That's very important to know. So in a way, it is kind of a roundabout way of character development. It's a very roundabout way, because even though he's praised as one who has strong mental fortitude, in actuality, he's still not at the point where he can control his Titan powers at full. Like he can't just go like and then go full Titan and like fucking Falcon punches and drop kicks. He's not doing that shit. But the thing about it is that because he's just found out these powers, there's some complications, and this happens to be one of those complications where if he's not particularly focused on a particular goal and he loses focus, then maybe there's a situation at hand where he can't use his Titan powers at their full. He couldn't regenerate, and regeneration is a very basic Titan ability, and he can even do that. So that's very important to keep in mind. Very important. Now, aside from that, the main character of focus, Mikasa, she wasn't really at all. Basically, her job was to protect Eren. And actually, I forgot I was talking to. I think I was talking to Zoro, fanboy, and other people about this. About how Mikasa, like, even though she's a really strong female character, when you think about it, all she's really there for as of right now is just to protect Eren. Like, her very being relies on Eren. So if Eren's gone, what happens? Well, I mean, because again, she has, and I was talking to Jotun about this too the other day. And the thing about it is that she does display qualities of a leader, but when it comes down to her foundation, Mikasa, her every being right now is solely reliant on Eren. Not even Armin, just Eren. Like, without Eren, it's like fuck the world. So that's very important to keep in mind when it comes to Mikasa's character. But that's a whole new story. Basically, she does her thing, as usual. She kills the Titans. And so when it comes to the other two characters of importance, it's not Pixis, alright? Pixis, he does his thing, where he basically says, like, okay, well, I see the red signal that Rico gave off, notifying us that it's a failure, but still, we're gonna stick to the plan, because you guys, meaning them over there, protecting Eren, they are the elites of the garrison. And I have faith in them. So, and that was the whole entire point. And quote unquote, he has no problem being considered a murderer. Because in his eyes, when the guy told him that, even though we're only distracting the Titans right now from Eren and the boys, we've lost like a fifth of our men. A fifth of their men are already gone. And he explains how, no, it's not lost, alright? I told him to die. So if I'm considered a murderer, so be it. As long as humanity is successful. Fair enough. So Pixis, once again, he's a G, he's a badass, mad respect. I'm not religious, but fuck it, whatever, I don't care. Mad respect. Now, aside from Pixis, Ian and Armin. Ian played a very key role. Why? Because he was the one who convinced the other garrison members, hey, this guy, Eren, he is irreplaceable. We cannot replace him. Even though, excuse me, I burped, I don't care, fuck it. Even though, no takes, even though he is fucking up right now, he is irreplaceable to humanity. And we cannot afford to lose him. However, we are easily replaceable. We are. There will always be another elite garrison. But him, we can't replace him. There's no way. And he takes the reins as a leader. He understands that he himself and his friends may die and have already died on the other side of the wall. But no. He is irreplaceable. We have to do this for the sake of humanity. So I like Ian because Ian, and there's also other characters like this that exemplify this as well. But he's the opposite from those who are selfish and those who are enemies of humanity. Alright, because again, humanity has enemies who are the Titans and then also themselves. But he is a benefactor. He understands the importance. And he's always thinking about the whole. Not the individual, the whole. And that's also a very important concept when it comes to the difference between Eastern thought and Western thought. Where Western thought, it's more of the individual. Eastern thought, it's more of the whole. And Ian exemplifies Eastern thought. He's thinking about the whole. He's not thinking about himself right now. He's like, fuck that shit. For humanity, we gotta do this shit. Because we have to save everybody. If we don't do this shit, if we don't plug up the Tross wall, then a lot of humans are gonna be killed off by war and civil unrest and famine, so on and so forth. So that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And he understands that very well. So when he commands Rico and the others, he understands that this is for the benefit of all humanity. And that is very important to know. Now, that's number one. So props to Ian. Number two, Armin. Again, Armin, stab, wake the fuck up. And he wakes him the fuck up. It's that simple. I mean, I'll give him balls because, I mean, for the past few episodes, he's been kind of a pussy. And, up until episode, like, 9, he's been a pussy. Episode 9 and 10, he manned the fuck up real quick. Oh, he manned the fuck up real quick. And now we're seeing him maintain this will, this strong mental fortitude, which is the trait of, Eren. But he has it too. And he's like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm going to calculate the position where in which Eren is. And I'm going to plunge my sword here. And it's not going to kill him. But it's going to wake him the fuck up. And he does it. He pinpoints it. Bam. Right in the arm. Eren. Yeah. Titan. Yeah. And he's awake. He's like, whoa. Like, what the fuck is this? And he, again, talks to Eren. And they go on from there. And he finally wakes up and goes, he starts to power up. So Armin does play a key role in the progress of the story, obviously. So the episode overall, I think, it was good. It was good. Not the greatest, not amazing, not but it is a good episode. Because even though it's a very simple episode, it relatively was fairly well done. So, pacing, pretty good. Animation, as usual, pretty good. Progression of story, not really there. However, Armin does boost it because they finally wake the fuck up. So, I mean, you could argue that really there's no progress at all. Because the goal was to actually pick up the boulder and put in the Tross hole. But in actuality, they didn't do that. Until, they didn't do that at all. So you could argue no progress, but in my opinion, a little progress with Armin and also with Jean, because Jean right now he's in a position where the hooks for his 3D gear they're broken. So right now he's kind of fucked, and he saw a 3D gear on the corpse of someone, and I think he's gonna try and get that 3D gear so he can escape, hopefully, because right now there's a 13-meter class Titan on his way, on its way. So, we'll see how that goes. But, and when it comes to character growth and progression, only for really Ian, Like, Ian, he was the one who was like, he's the one who stuck out the most. So, overall, I'll give it a good. So, I'm done. King of Lightning, be sure, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace, have a nice day.